It seems like everyone in the world has some prejudice against AI, but I want to bring some positivity into this space. So let's see whether AI can actually be a tool that can help us out in doing different things around the world. In this case, building a character from Wuthering Waves.
Wuthering Waves version 2.0 is finally out, and with this version we get Carlotta. So in this video we're going to get Carlotta, and then we're going to ask Google's Gemini to build Carlotta for me, and we'll also get it to select the weapon that she will use, the echo sets that she will use, and if possible I'll also ask it to give me the stats and substats that I am supposed to put on Carlotta, and we'll also get it to sort of build up a team that we'll use for this video. Now my characters are not leveled up at all, but we'll make it work either way. With that said, let's actually get to getting Carlotta, shall we?
Alrighty then, so I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time. Let's actually get to pulling. I actually don't remember how many pulls I have. Okay, so I'm at 62 pity. Not bad, okay. Now, I'm on a 50-50, so I'm really hoping I don't lose my 50-50 because I'm going to be pained. I'm seriously going to be pained if I lose my 50-50, but let's go. Oh, please don't lose the 50-50. Please don't lose the 50-50.
Greetings, Rover.
No. Okay,
I will escort you for the time being.
I thought I lost the 50-50. Come on. Yes!
Fate has led you to me. And considering the terms I'm offering, you wouldn't refuse me, would you?
I technically would if it wasn't for the video, but that's besides the point. Okay, I don't think... Wait, what if I get a double 5-star? Okay. By the way, am I the only one who noticed that there's this sort of echoey reverb sound in the character screen now? That's probably just me. But either way, we now have Carlotta. So, let's go ask Google's Gemini exactly how we can build this character. I technically already have an idea of how her kit works, but let's see what Google Gemini does. Actually, I'm even curious to know if Google's Gemini even knows who Carlotta is. Let's see. I'm actually very curious.
So, when I got to Google's Gemini, I started off by asking it whether it knew who Carlotta actually was. Now, the surprising thing is, it actually didn't know who Carlotta was at first. It was listing some people that were actually famous in real life. But once I clarified that I was looking for a Wuthering Waves character, it immediately knew who Carlotta was. And it also sort of gave me a build for the character. So, it started off by recommending that we go for 75% crit rate and 150% crit damage. Now, with the power of hindsight, this actually means that you should be going for 250% crit damage as opposed to 150%. Because when I actually saw it the first time, I was so confused because 150% crit damage is like base stats, but it actually means that you go for 150% crit damage, which is actually pretty good. I also asked about the echo set that it's going to use, and it recommended that we go for the Frosty Resolve. I'm actually very surprised how well Google's Gemini actually knows and understands Carlotta's kit. Like, it's doing a fantastic job telling me everything that I need to know. And maybe I'll talk about how it's actually getting all of this information later on in the video, but for now, let's start leveling up Carlotta. When I asked Google's Gemini what level I should take Carlotta up to, it told me that I should go up to level 90. Now, the problem is, I don't have the ability to get to level 90 because I'm still around Union level 47, so I'll stop at level 70 and then we'll just go from there.
After all this, I went out to go farm all the materials that I needed to get Carlotta leveled up. And I have to say, her materials are actually quite easy to get, and with the new feature that Wuthering Waves added, which allows you to access the boss early, it made my life a whole lot easier, especially when it came to farming some echoes for Carlotta and also for getting the boss drops. I have to give a big thumbs up to the devs at Wuthering Waves.
These guys did a fantastic job. So after farming for a little bit, I was finally able to get Carlotta up to level 70. And after that, it was time to finally face the next problem that we would have in this little bit of a challenge.
Alrighty then, so since I now have Carlotta at max level, the next thing I need to focus on is her weapon. And well, I didn't ask Gemini that, so I'll do that last. So for now, let's focus on her echo. So it's supposed to be the Frosty Resolve, and because I was already fighting enemies trying to get all the materials that I need to level up Carlotta, that's these materials, the what are they called, polygon cores. So because I was fighting some of the enemies, I have gotten some echoes. So let's see whether anything good will be here. Let's see, this is crit damage, this is crit rate, this is defense, crit damage and crit rate. This was the first one I got, this was the second one, and these two I just got very recently. So let's start off with crit damage, because if I'm supposed to get like 300% crit, I'm going to need a lot of crit damage. So let's... Oh no, I didn't know what to do that. What the hell? It set my... whatever, man. Okay, let's just... I hope this comes out well, so I'm just going to unlock all stats at once. Heavy attack... Well, there's crit rate, which is fine, and heavy attack damage bonus. But I need resonance skill damage, so I don't think that's good. Okay, let me try leveling up the second one. So I have two options. This one, this set right here, has crit rate on it and heavy attack damage bonus, which I guess is fine. But then Carlotta scales with resonance skill damage. Okay? So I don't know which to go for. I think going with the crit rate will be better, and then hopefully looking for another piece later on that will probably have crit rate and also resonance skill damage on it. So that's what I'll go with here. I don't know if I have anything useful in 3 cost echoes. I in fact do not have anything useful. So let's go to the 1 cost echoes. Wow. I have absolutely nothing usable. So that means I have to do some more farming. But before that, let's find out which weapon that Gemini suggests, and let's go with that. But right now, what are stats looking like? So Carlotta is sitting at 194 crit damage and 12% crit rate. Not a good distribution, but then again, all she has is just literally 1 echo. So let's just continue going. Hopefully we can find something. So I spent the next few hours farming echoes. I went around most of the map, not the entire map, but most of the map, hunting down as many echoes as possible in order to get them into my databank. And then during all of my farming, I finally came across the domain for the Frosty Resolve echo set. So I just decided to stay there and continue farming there. I spent a ton of crystal solvent in order to get some echoes that will work on Carlotta, and I'm pretty happy with what I got. I'll show you guys the build in just a little bit, but first of all, let's talk about the weapon that Gemini suggested. Now, Gemini suggested almost every single weapon that could work on Carlotta. The main weapon that I wanted to put on her at first was the Undying Flame, but I decided to, since I had some polls for the weapon banner, to do some polls on the weapon banner. Now, I forgot to actually do the recording, but I managed to get Carlotta's weapon. So instead of putting on the Undying Flame, I put on Carlotta's signature weapon. And before anyone asks, yes, Gemini did suggest that if I had her weapon, I should put her weapon on her. Okay, so now I want to focus on the traces, or the Forte. So what I'm supposed to do here is I'm supposed to go from resonance liberation damage to resonance skill damage to Forte circuit. That's how it goes, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. And then lastly, I'm supposed to then do intro skill and normal attack. So let's start off with the resonance liberation. I do have some of the drops that I need, so that's good. Okay, I'll do 2 levels on this. 2 levels on this. Okay. And then, okay, I can't do 2 levels on the Forte circuit, so I'll probably need to go and farm this. But then I can take the Resonance Liberation up, so I can take it up 2 levels? 2? Okay. So I'm going to need to farm this. But at this point I've unlocked this. So I want to try to get all of this. These two here. The reason why is because the crit rate. I think I'm going to need more crit rates. You'll see the final build at the end of the video, but that's the plan right now. I want to see if I can get all of this crit rate here. I don't really care for the attack here, but it would be nice if I could get it as well. But that's essentially where I'm at right now. I'll keep farming for this and see where I get to. I was thinking I'd release this video today, but it seems like I'll have to release it tomorrow because I don't think I'll get done with all of this today. But it's all good and fine.
So, after farming all of the things that I needed and getting all of the levels as high as I possibly could, I focused on teammates next. So, I asked Gemini which teammates I should use with Carlotta, and it gave me a few suggestions. Now, the ideal team for Carlotta is supposed to be a Carlotta, Zhezhi, and Shorekeeper or Verina team. It didn't suggest Verina, but it did suggest Shorekeeper, which is a good sign. It also made some other suggestions when I mentioned that I didn't have the Shorekeeper. Very welcome addition, and all of these additions here are pretty fine. Now, I don't know anything about Lumi, but it did suggest Lumi, so I don't know how Lumi works. I haven't actually tested her, even though I do have her on my account, but it's good to see that it does have suggestions for if you don't have certain characters, and you could possibly make a team out of this if you really just did not have the teammates to actually pull it off. Oh yeah, I did forget, when I told Gemini that I didn't have the Shorekeeper, it also suggested that I get Verina, which is a good thing. I really wish that it had suggested Verina from the start, but that's fine. It did eventually give me the correct thing afterwards. Now, my Zhezhi is not built. My Verina is on my main team with my rover, so that's fine. She's partially built, not completely built, but my Zhezhi was absolutely unbuilt, so I had to do some very rushed building of Zhezhi. Now, the video isn't for Zhezhi, so I didn't really try to get her stats to the absolute best place as possible, but I did try my best to get her level up to level 70 and to also get her weapon up to level 70. I also tried to level up some of her Forte just to make things a little bit more consistent. But with all of that said, it's finally time for the showcase. But before the showcase, let me show you guys the final build of the characters.
Alrighty then, so this will be my first time ever using Carlotta ever since I got her on my account. Like, I literally have not even tried her out once since I got her. So let's first of all look at the build that I have for her right now. So Carlotta is sitting at 58% crit rate and 248 crit damage. Gemini actually recommended that you go for around 60 to 75% crit rate and then as much crit damage as possible. This is the closest I could get within the limited amount of time that I had. Then as for other stats, we have her ER at 128, resonance skill damage at 36%, but since I have her weapon, it's going to give me an extra 48% whenever I do her intro skill or her resonance liberation, so that's definitely going to increase the amount of resonance skill damage that I have. And well, glacial damage 60%, and well, that's pretty much it. My Zhezhi is definitely unbuilt. Like, despite the fact I pulled Zhezhi during version 1.2 or was that 1.3, I can't remember anymore, but I pulled her when she first came out and I didn't build her. But here's what she's sitting at. She's sitting at 194 crit damage. She definitely needs a lot more crit rate, and I would have liked some more basic attack damage bonus, but with the limited amount of time I had to try to put this team together, yeah, no. So my echoes on her are just TRASH. As you can see, most of them are leveled, and the ones that I thought would have some value, like this crit rate one, this one just makes me sad, honestly. I wish that instead of heavy attack damage bonus, I got basic attack damage bonus, but oh well. That's fine. And then Verina will also be on the team. So I think my Verina is fairly built, okay? I haven't really cared about building her that much. As you can see, she still has a 4-star echo on her. So I can definitely improve her build. I just need to stack a lot of attack on her, and I should be fine. But with all that said, let's go out, find a boss, or maybe I'll do it on a tactical hologram. But let's find something to test out Carlotta or the AI build on.
Not even close. Running won't save you. Still recognize me? It's the people. A new technique. I'm so tired. Capture the spark. Leave it to me. Listen up. I can use some fertilizer. Imitate. I'm just low on fluids. My compliment. Take this. The stage is set. Glory demands more. A new era awaits.
Alright, so I think that will actually bring the video to a close. Yes, I do know that I probably messed up my rotation when I was doing this. I am still not very used to it, but I do have to say Gemini actually did a fantastic job here. Like, it built Carlotta fairly well. And even though I wasn't able to get to the stats that it recommended, it still gave me a pretty reasonable build. I think I can do with some more crit rate and maybe a little bit more crit damage if possible, but I think this is fine. So as we end off the video, let's talk about whether or not AI can actually replace content creation, or whether or not it's actually a good tool in helping us build our characters. So my final takeaway from this video is quite simple actually. It's the fact that AI without humans is really nothing. Like, the main reason why Gemini actually knows who Carlotta is and is able to make a build on Carlotta is because there are people who went online and actually made a build, a written build online, and talked about Carlotta. There are YouTube videos out there that actually did all of these things, and without all of these things, Gemini would never have known who Carlotta was. It would never have known who to put on. It would never have known which echo set to put on. It wouldn't have known anything at all. So AI without you is nothing. And the thing that makes you special is the fact that you are creative. You can make new things. AI cannot make new things. It can only regurgitate things that it has already seen. And that, to me, means that you will never get replaced by AI. No matter what it does, it will always be static. It will never change. But you, as a human, will always improve from time to time. That's my takeaway from it, but I'm curious to hear whether you guys agree or disagree with me and what you guys think about this. But with all of that said, thank you all so much for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel for more challenges like this on not only Wuthering Waves but other games that I'll try from time to time. I plan on doing some videos for Genshin Impact, Project Mugen, or Ananta as it's now called, NTE, Azure Premilia, and some other games that I'll try from time to time. Also, make sure to join the hideout on Discord. You can also suggest some challenges that I can try out on my Discord channel.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching once again. And I also want to wish you guys a happy new year. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace, guys.